Just getting myself organised. Oh, I'm never comfy. Put my gloves on. Hello, how's everybody doing? How's the light? I've got a new light. The electrician came on Friday, so I've got a new light, so I hope I'm bright enough. I hope I'm not in the shadows. When he put it up, I said, it doesn't seem as bright as the other one. He said it's the same wattage, but maybe the lights, they point different directions, the lights, so, you know, maybe they're not pointing in the right direction. We shall see. I'm putting my gloves on. Got sore hands. It's my own fault. I've been, tipping out the garage on Monday. That's one thing, isn't it? Then I decide I'm going to do the bedroom today, yeah. Oh, more tea, Vicar. You're back from Torre Molino. See what you're doing. You're making me sing. Hiya, Val. Hi, Esther Brown. We're not doing too bad. My hands are hurting because silly numbnuts has been doing the tidying up the clothes in the bedroom, you know. I do the garage on Monday and Tuesday. I had a little bit of a break on Wednesday. Thursday I did a bit. Friday the electrician came. And then today I decided I'd alter things in the bedroom. I'm just a fool to myself. Right. Hi, Julian. Oh, dear. Get your coffee, Janet, and stop it and sit down. When I get this mood on me, this light's wrong, isn't it? And I'll have to try and twizzle the lights. They go, well, you can see them or not. No, you can't. They just see there's 4 lights, and they're facing all different directions. And I don't think they're facing the right direction. Anyway, my niece is coming tomorrow, so maybe she can stand on a ladder and twizzle them around a bit. Hi, Linda. I'm talking about my lights not facing the right direction. Oh, dear. I don't know which way they were facing before. I never really noticed. It seems quite bright, doesn't it? Anyway, let me know if you think it's dimmer. I was just going to say if you think I'm dimmer, but, you know, we all know I'm dimmer. If you think the light is dimmer than it was before. I'm still on. I'm on the second front of my shh. I don't mean shh, it's a secret. I mean, that's what it's called. Shh. James C Brett Shhh, it's called. So that's what I'm doing. So I hope you're all happy. I'm reasonably happy, even though my hands are going. I'm so stupid, you know. I decided I'd take all the sweaters off the rails, all the sweaters and the cardigans off the rails, and put them in the wardrobe. And pull all the things that my dresses and my tops that were in the wardrobe on the rails. Don't ask me why. I just thought it might be better that way. It hasn't made a bit of difference, really. I thought it might make a little bit more room because the tops are a bit narrower than the sweaters. So I'm a bit like that when I'm going in the bedroom. So I'm walking in actually not going anymore. But I still would love fitted wardrobes all the way across. But that is a pipe dream. I mean, I said to the electrician, I said, I really need some more sockets. I said, how much are we talking? Like, you know, a rewire. He said, about 3,500. I said, well, that won't get done then. I'm like, eek. I was expecting him to say about 2,000, you know, 3.5. He said 2,400. So I was like, no. I said, I'll let you know if I ever get 3,500, 4,000. I'll let you know. Which is about as much chance of that happening as a pig flying by, yeah. I won the lottery the other day. I actually won £1. I didn't think they paid out that low. Unless it's this new lottery you know, this Lou payout lottery thing. What, £1? All right, okay, Enid. We'll see you later. But I never thought they paid out £1. Has anybody else been paid out £1? Or is it just me? Oh, that's a little bit hot, but remind me, otherwise it'll go a little bit cold. Yeah, it just said you are a small winner on my email. So I thought, small winner. So I looked, £1. It didn't even pay for my ticket, did it? Your ticket's £2.50. Oh, well. So you can't call it a winner, really, because I'd spent £2.50 on the ticket. So really, I'm a loser. I only got £1. Never mind. Never mind. Yeah, my niece is coming tomorrow. I've got a few little jobs for her to do. I can't clean the windows in the front. I've got a massively wide window bottom, which is great because I can put all the plants on there. But I can't get to the window. So I'm hoping she's got a bigger lean than I have. Or she can stand on a ladder and sort of do it, yeah. So we'll see how we go tomorrow. She said, make me a list. Anyway, I've made her a list. She normally does my bedding for me. I mean, I do my bedding between times, but I love it when she comes because she just does the duvet in 2 minutes flat, you know. Whereas I struggle. Still, never mind. That's a tight stitch. Oh. That's why I like an inline hook, because it's got more of a point. But even so, that stitch underneath is tight. It's taking me ages to get my hook in there. My hook. Why have I pulled it so tight on the row before? Got it. Now, when I crochet with the other hooks that have more of a rounded end, I can't get them in. Can't get them in the stitch. Hello, Sina. Hello there. Not seen you for a bit. Are you all right? Welcome back. We do like to see our ladies, don't we, that miss us. So, Morty Vicar, did you have a nice time in Torremolinos? I've not been. In fact, I've not really been anywhere, really, when you think about it. I've been to a lot of places twice, but not a lot of places, if you know what I mean. Oh, you watch us, but you don't comment. Oh, well, you're allowed. You're allowed. As long as you remember to give me a thumbs up, yeah. Hi, Helen. I've been busy again today, Helen, so I didn't get to the post office. I was busy clearing up after the electrician, and man, he didn't make much mess, I must admit. He was very good. He was very tidy. So I was doing that, and then I had the shower and that, and it was dinner time before I turned around, yeah. Then I decided I'd do the bedroom. I'm going around the rooms one by one. By the time I've gone round them all one by one, they'll want doing again, won't they? It's like the fourth bridge, isn't it? You start painting and then... You hardly slept for 7 nights. You were with all the partying. Oh, my goodness me. My partying days are over. I'm a bit old and knackered for that. I have lived my life when I was younger. I will admit to that. You know, it's not all been boring. Yeah, the electrician came on Friday. 8 o'clock. Oh, I was barely breathing and awake. Luckily, I'd set my alarm. Oh, that reminds me, I need to set my alarm for tomorrow because my niece is coming and I don't usually set my alarm for Sunday. So I don't want to forget. Hi, Tricia. Right. Did I hear that? No, I didn't. Right. Alarm. Alarm. Sunday. Edit, save. Every day, right? My hands are a bit sore, but I'm so stupid. I am really stupid. I tipped out the garage. It's looking beautifully tidy. I did put a little video up on Facebook. I think I put one on YouTube, but not the finished one on YouTube. And so that hurt my hands. And then I was tidying up and then I was doing things. And then today I decided to turn out the bedroom and sort out the wardrobes. I've only got 9 thumbs up, so come on, people. Somebody's not giving me a thumbs up. What am I working on tonight? I'm working on my cardigan, yeah. Yeah, well, I'm stupid, Morty Vicar. I really am, absolutely. I'm one of these people when I start doing a job, I can't stop. I have to continue. My back and my hands will say, stop, stop, stop. But me thinks, no, just do a bit more. I'll just do a bit more. You know, and I'm silly. Hi, Susan. Yeah, they are lovely colours, aren't they? I've done the back and I've done one front. Those are the colours. Whoops, it's upside down. It's upside down. There it is. If Kimberly was on, she'd tell you what colour called. It's 06, I think it's called. They do other colours. You don't have to have a colour like that. You can have a more subdued colour if you want. You don't have to be like rainbow effect like me. Yeah. Yeah, I've got a big bag I've sorted out for... Well, it can't be for the charity shop because it's woolies. Anyway, one of the ladies that goes to the knit club, she takes things to one of these refuge for women. So I'm going to see whether she can take these woolies there because the charity shops won't have them. So what do you do with them? I don't want them to go in landfill because it's just stupid going in landfill, isn't it? You know, charity shops won't accept handmade items, no. Well, they won't round here because they haven't got a label in them that says what the wool code is, and they don't have labels in with the size. So no, they won't have them. So it might be different in different areas. But where I am here, I've asked her to couple, you know, and they say no, they don't want them. So as I said, this friend that goes to the knit club, she donates things to, you know, Woman's Refuge. You know, battered wives it used to be called, isn't it? But they call it Woman's Refuge, you know. So maybe, I mean, just because I don't want them doesn't mean that they're dead in the water. You know, there's life left in them. But they're not good enough to like put on eBay or anything like that because they've been worn. I only put things on eBay when I've not worn them. I don't want to put, you know, second-hand woolies, yeah. Yeah, I just want them to be used by somebody. I just don't want them to go in landfill. It's just a shame, yeah. As I say, these ladies in the refuge, they sometimes flee middle of the night with the kids, like with nothing. They just try to get out of the way, you know, if it's a domestic violence situation. And they arrive at these places with absolutely nothing except what they're standing up in. So I'm just hoping that they will take these woolies. If nothing else, they'll keep them warm. They can wear them in bed. So anyway, I've got a big bag full. I'll ask her when I see her on Wednesday. So we shall see. Yeah. Val, it's a pity Margaret's not any bigger because I've got a full length crocheted coat. But it's like too big for me, if you know what I mean. Margaret loves her black, doesn't she? And a full length and a long sleeves. But she's so slender. Yeah, I like knitting socks, but I don't like wearing them because they make me itch. If I wear them, I have to wear them inside out because I like the smooth side next to my feet. I should explain I've got neuropathy from my spinal operation, and I don't like the ridges. You know, the ridges you get with stocking stitch? I don't like the ridges on my feet. So I have to wear them inside out. I mean, I bought two lots of wool, actually, to make some socks. I don't know why. I've got a drawer full of socks, which I never wear. I wear them in bed sometimes when my feet are cold. I used to wear them with my boots, you know, when I was able to walk about, but sometimes I do wear them when I've got my boots on, but normally, no, I don't wear them. Oh, dear, dear. So how's everybody doing? How are you all doing? Well, when everybody gathers in, I'm going to ask you all a question. Yeah, I watch people on YouTube and they drive me daft. They drive me dizzy because they've got so many works in progress, whips, and they keep bringing them out of bags and showing me things. When if I've done 2 rows on this, I've done so many stitches on this cross stitch, I've done this, I've done that, I've done the other. I was going to ask everybody on here, own up, confess, truthful, truth. How many whips do you have? Because with me, I have 1. Sometimes I have, but I have 1. My attitude is, if it goes in a bag, it gets forgotten. Yeah. I mean, do you have many works in progress the same? Like, say, for example, I'm crocheting. I don't have any more crocheting things. Sometimes I'll have 2 if I'm doing a shawl or something like that. Sometimes I'll have 2. But do you have lots and lots and lots? Yeah. Oh, you did nothing today. You did 3 washer loads and got it dry. You have 1, yeah. I've just got this one at the moment. Although I did see this in the garage. It is not my colour and it won't be for me. But I just thought I would use it up. It's grey sparkle. I don't know what I'll make with it. I'd obviously thought about making something at one stage, but I hadn't got any further than that. It's absolutely not my colour, but grey seems to be popular with some people. So I found that might be my next. You've got 2 or 3 loom knitting projects. Yeah. You've got none your ear for the company. It's just the company you keep. Do you have any hobbies, or are you just not a knitter or a crocheter? You know, do you have any hobbies? You know, do you make, you know, scale electric, or do you make Lego or something? 3 or 4 isn't bad. I watch some people and they must have about 15 or 20 or what. And I'm like, and they go, open it up and they'll go, oh, I've only done 2 rows on this. And I'm like, yarn, yarn, yarn. It's so boring. Don't keep showing me I've done 2 rows on this. I've done so many stitches on that. I don't want to know. I stopped watching a few people because of that. I'm not interested. Work on one and finish it, and then I might be interested. Yeah. You've only got 1, but you've got some sewing projects. Yeah, if I've got a shawl, I tend to do something else at the same time. You know, especially if I'm doing granny squares or something like that. I tend to do something else because granny squares get on my nerves after a bit, you know. It's not the doing of them, it's the sewing all the ends in. And yes, I know I can darn over them, but they still poke out, yeah. Yeah, I think 2 or 3 is a reasonable. But when you get people who've got about 15 or 20, I think it's just a bit silly, really. Or is that just me? I mean, I spoke to somebody today and she said, oh, well, I get bored. And I thought, I'm never that bored to have more than a couple, on the go, yeah. I mean, what do you think when you're watching? I mean, you've all got your preferences for YouTube. You don't all watch the same people I do. But do you like seeing people's videos when they're just showing that they've done 2 rows on this or 4 rows on that? Or do you find it interesting? Because I don't. I just find it rather boring, actually. Oops, I've got a thread. It would be on my right hand, wouldn't it? You got a feeling if you pull it, the seam's going to come undone on your glove. Yeah. My lampshade came today. I'm waiting, hoping my niece can put it up for me. Oh, apparently it's got oil on it, so I've got to wash the oil off it first. Oh, it's still in its bag. It's an uplighter one. You hang it that way up. There it is. Is it pretty? It's not a real Tiffany. Yeah, it's not a real one. It's a pseudo one, but it hangs like that so the light will shine down. I don't use the big light in the front room, so it's just for decoration. But I had a horrible one. He took it away. He said, do you want to keep these lights? I went, no. It was like a spider thing with lights. I mean, he might sell it. I don't know what he'll do with it, but I wasn't interested. Yeah. I would have liked a real one, but you're talking 200 and odd pound. So we're just not in the market. I've got millionaire taste, haven't I, on beer money. Yeah. My mother always used to say that when I was little. She used to take me shopping, and the shopping assistant would show me something, or she'd show me shoes, or she'd show me something. I always picked the most expensive one without, being told what the price was. I always went for the most expensive one. My mother said, you've just got millionaire taste, haven't you? I went, yep, I guess I do. But like you say, sadly, not millionaire money. I just do the best I can, which is all what we all do, don't we? I settle for pseudo. It's sort of Tiffany style, isn't it? But it's not the actual Tiffany. Because I looked at some of them, they were fabulous, but they're £239 for a lampshade. And I'm like, no, no, ain't going to happen. Yeah, you're like that as well, are you? Yeah, I've got champagne taste, yeah. But I never go out of my limit. I'm not one of these people who has like credit card bills coming out their ears, yeah. I have got the champagne taste, but I've got enough sense, not to, yes, I could have gone and got that 200 and odd pound light, couldn't I? Stuck it on my credit card, but no, I just won't do it now. I'm not one of, some people are like that. They'll say, oh yeah, I want it, I'll put it on the credit card. No. There's nothing on, well, in fact, I don't even have a credit card now. They took it off me, not because I'd spent too much on it, but because I never used it. They took it off me. They said I had to use it or lose it, so I lost it. Yeah, evening, Connie. Well, I was fortunate enough to be brought up with parents that gave me the right ethics. You know, hey Nathan. My parents brought me up that, you know, if you haven't got the money, you don't get it. And I think that's the way I was brought up. And I've always been like that. I mean, I'm not saying that when we were first married, they did have 6 months free credit on a three-piece suite. We did have the money. We could have gone out and bought that three-piece suite. But like my ex said to me, well, you know, we've got the money, we won't fall behind with the payments. So yeah, we could be doing something else with that money, you know, while we're paying. So we did have a three-piece suite on, you know, the payment situation, but only because we knew we could pay for it. Yeah, you've got a poor person. Oh, I don't get coffee from the shop. No, some people go, they nip out, don't they? And they're always in Costa or Starbucks or something. I never do that unless I'm out for brunch. Um, you know, I'm going out and making it an occasion. Then I will have. Well, I don't usually have a coffee. I usually have a soft drink. But no, I don't go out and buy coffees. No. Oh, I haven't got a robot vacuum cleaner. I'm the robot vacuum cleaner. On my phone, yeah. My phone's probably as old as yours. Some people have to have the latest thing, don't they? They have to swap their phone every 12 months. They have to swap it. And no, I don't have fast food. No, don't. I can't tell you the last time I was in McDonald's. Hi, Kimberly. No, I'm not. I'm not into it, and I don't play games. You know, I don't have these zippity dippity doodah things. You know, I think I'd rather do something constructive than sit playing a game all day long. It's never ever interested me. The only game I play is solitaire, and that's free on my phone. And I only play that when I'm out somewhere and I'm bored. Yeah. Do I read? Yes, I do. I read in spasms because when I start to read a book, I can't put it down. I'm glued to the book until I've finished it. Except this last book, I can't get into it. I'm still only halfway through it. No, I don't like Sudoku. It's got numbers. I don't do numbers. I'm sort of dyslexic with numbers. They wanted to put me in finance when I worked at the job centre. I went, no. You realise I'm dyslexic with numbers, yeah? I don't have a Mac or an iPad. I've got this. It's a tower. I've got a tower. And I'm using an old telly as my computer screen. It's an old TV. I don't have things like that. Yeah, I watch YouTube on my telly in the front room because I don't watch the telly. Very, very rare I watch the television. I'm definitely not a reality TV person, and I'm not a soap person. I think the last time I watched Coronation Street, Ina Sharples was in the snug. She's been dead about 20 years or more. I just don't find them interesting. No, I haven't seen a soap, no. Some people are just glued to them, aren't they? I've never watched Coronation Street for donkey's years. I don't even know who's in it now. I mean, that's why I don't know when it goes, I'm a celebrity, get me out of here. I'm saying, who's that? Who is it? What do they do? And my friend will say, oh, he's a boxer or she's an influencer. I'm like, an influencer for what? What's she influencing? Because she ain't influencing me. We are influencers on here because we influence people to knit, crochet, and craft. Yeah. No, I don't know any of them on the I'm a celebrity. Get me out of here. I always think that they're at the bottom end of their career and they're trying to revive because nobody's heard of them or seen them anymore. So they're thinking, what can I do to get myself in the, you know, in the limelight. Oh, I know, I'll go on, I'm a celebrity, get me out of here. They're all has-beens and never been. And as for these influencers, I mean, God, if anybody follows them, it's all a pack of lies. They get paid to show these things like makeup and that. They're not telling the truth. They're getting given all this stuff to promote it, aren't they? Oh, yes, I always wear this makeup. I always wear this lipstick. Yeah. Oh, God, yeah. They get on your wick, don't they? I won't go on TikTok for that because TikTok drives me nuts. I went on it once just to see what it was like, and I thought, no, it's not for me. Not for me. A lot of idiots with big lips and fur eyelashes. Not interested. No, I've never missed the soaps. I don't know what's going on any of them, Linda. None of them. When my son was a teenager, he used to watch Neighbours, I think. I think it was Neighbours. He used to run home from school to watch it. But I didn't watch it because I was at work. I only watched it if I was off work for some reason or another, and he had it on. Because we only had the one telly in those days. No, I mean, my ex-husband was never a soap opera fan. He was a sports. Yeah, they're all Z-listers, aren't they? They have to do something like outrageous or whatever, what I call it, to grab attention so they can get into the newspaper. And, you know, you're thinking, I look at the headline things on my computer. I don't buy a newspaper or anything. I'm like, who's that? Who's that? Such a body's got engaged. And I'm like, who are they? Who are they? Or such a body's got married to somebody else, or somebody else is getting divorced. And I don't know any of them. I haven't got a clue who they are. And I'm thinking, you're only doing it so you can get 2 lines in the newspaper or 2 lines somewhere else. What do they say? There's no such thing as bad publicity, don't they? I don't get any publicity, so I wouldn't know about that. I hope I never do, because it'd probably be something happened to me if ever I get in the paper because I got run over or something. I'm definitely not an influencer or a superstar. I used to be called an enabler when I used to buy ice yarn. People used to tell me off because they used to say, you know, I was enabling them to buy more wool. Oh yeah, those were the days, weren't they, Cena, when there was good programs. I can't think of one program at the moment that I can't wait to watch. You know, I'm looking forward to it coming back, and even then they're on Acorn or Netflix or something or other, aren't they? And you're thinking, can't watch them because I only have the ordinary channels. You know, they want you to get all this pay-as-you-view thing, don't they? I gave up Sky years ago and I've never missed them. Sky was like a leftover from when I was married, really. I just carried on with it. And then when I moved, my son said to me, do you want to keep on with Sky? I went, no. No, I can do without it. And I've not missed it. The only programs I missed was there was the Geographic channel and the History channel. I do miss those, but the ordinary channels now. Because I never had the films or the Disney or anything like that. I mean, you can pay £100 a month, can't you? I suppose if you were handicapped and you had to stay in all the time, and that was your only pleasure was watching the telly, I suppose then it might be worth it, you know, if you were housebound and all you had to do all day was watch the telly. Because there's not on the normal telly, is there? Let's face it. But I'd rather watch YouTube or rather watch something else, yeah. You're playing classical music to your budgies. Yeah. Hi, Susan. It's been a while. Well, it's welcome back then. Have you been a while since you visited me? We're always glad to see you back again. Everyone is welcome except the trolls, of course, but everybody else is welcome. We just don't like the trolls. You seem to like, but I don't mind a bit of Bob Marley. I don't mind a bit of reggae when I'm doing my housework. Yeah. It's no good putting something a bit dreary when you're doing your housework because you go slower. So if you've got something with a bit of a beat, it helps you with the hoovering, doesn't it? I like something with a bit of a beat because it takes my mind off the pain I'm usually in. You don't have a TV in your apartment. Well, I might as well not have one, really, to be honest with you, because I don't watch much. I'm not watching anything on live TV at the moment. Oh, yeah, I do. On a Sunday, I watch Talking Pictures. And that's only because it's talking about things to my generation. It'll play like adverts or it'll interview people that are my generation. It's going down memory lane for me, really. That's what I do enjoy it, yeah. That's the only thing I watch at the moment. Because there's no new series of anything like Midsummer Murder or anything like that, is there? And I don't like the ones that are too violent. People will say, oh, have you watched so and so? And I'm like, oh. And also, I'm a poor one at watching things every week. I'd rather go on catch up later on and play them all one after the other, after the other, after the other. How often did women wash their hair? I suppose a couple of times a week, really. Because we didn't have showers back in the day, if you think about it. We had baths. So I had very, very greasy hair. My mother used to go mad with me because I used to wash it every day. Or if I couldn't wash it every day, I would wash the front bit, the fringe. She used to say, stop washing it, stop washing it. But my hair was very, very oily when I was young. But we had to either wash it in the sink or we washed it when we were in the bath. So, not everybody had a hairdryer, yeah. Well, that's the only way we had, we didn't have showers. Nobody had a shower. I had a thing that fastened onto the taps that came off. It was like a rubber hose with an attachment on that you washed your hair with. And it kept flirting off the tap, so you either scalded yourself or you froze, depending which tap the rubber thing fell off you. And hair dryers, not everybody had one. You used to towel dry your hair. Yeah, Friday night was a marmy night, yeah. Women used to go to the hairdressers if they could afford it once a week. Yeah. I very rarely went to the hairdressers. I've never found a hairdresser who just trim my hair. They always want to cut it. You go in for a trim and they finish up with it round by my ears. And I like my hair tied back. And they cut too much off it. So I won't let them touch it anymore. That's why I never go to the hairdressers, because they don't do as they're told. A trim to me means a half inch, an inch at the most. It does not mean scalp me and get my hair from there up to there. That's the hairdresser's trim, from there to there. No. So I haven't been to the hairdressers. The last time I went to the hairdressers was when my son got married 24 years ago. So they won't get rich off me, will they? As I say, if I could find a hairdresser that did as they were told. You go in and you tell them you're growing your hair and you want it to be growing, and they cut it all off. And they say, well, you had split ends. I didn't have split ends up here. I might have had split ends down the bottom, but they weren't up here. I do dry my hair with a hairdryer if I need to, but sometimes I just let it dry naturally. You know, I'm not, because I don't think heat on your hair does your hair any good. Well, it doesn't with mine anyway. I have got such thin hair, as you can see. Thin, thin, thin. Weedy hair. Nobody has well, hardly anybody has air conditioning in the UK, which Americans find a bit hilarious, actually. We're never that hot over here. We don't need it. I've never even put the fan on this year. AC is just not a thing we need. That would be the last thing I would put in my house, is air conditioning. When I lived in Prestwich, I used to have the overhead fan. No, I don't. You know, it's not an English thing because we just don't have that kind of weather. You know, if it gets a bit hot, we turn a fan on, you know, that's about it, really. Does anybody on here in England have air conditioning? Or I should say in the UK, shouldn't I? Shouldn't just say England. No, nobody, no. No, I don't know. I don't know any of my friends who have air conditioning. Heating? Yeah. You don't like the heat? I love the heat. I do. Oh, you do? But do you use it? Do you get warm enough to use it? Yeah, they cost a lot to run, don't they, Nathan? I'm just, yeah, it went off before. You had to stand up for the Queen as well before it went off. And then we used to have the prayer. There was always a prayer at midnight or something, prayer before it switched off. Yeah. I just bought a fan, Nathan. I'm tight. I think Kimberly's got air conditioning, I think. But not, yeah, I think she's got it, yeah. No, I love the heat. I absolutely love the heat. When everybody else is going, oh, it's too warm, I'm like, that's fine, it's fine. Oh, you don't have radiators? Yeah, I've got radiators. I've got electric fire, but I won't use it because that gobbles up the electric like nobody's business. I put the electric fire on and came and watched it, the meter whizzing round, and I thought, that is it. That is not going on again. It costs less to put the central heating on than it does to put the electric fire on. I thought it was a gas fire when I bought this house. I didn't look at it properly, obviously, did I? But it looked like a gas fire to me. So I was quite disappointed when I got here and found out it was electric. So, yeah, the national anthem was played and yeah. And they used to have the prayer, didn't they? And everybody had to go off. And then you got if you'd fallen asleep, like you woke up and there was the white noise, won't it go zzz. Yeah, I've often done that. Yeah, there was no such thing as telly. Yeah, we all went to bed, didn't we? Yeah, yeah, you watched the dot. was nothing ever on late at night. I think the only time it stayed on past midnight was New Year's Eve, wasn't it? When we used to have that Scots bloke in his kilt. What do you call Kenneth something or other? Kenneth something or other. He always used to do the midnight one from Scotland, didn't he? So it didn't used to go off until after midnight because of this. That was the only day. Let the wind blow high, let the wind blow free. Oh, God. Yeah, was it Kenneth McKellar? Oh, yeah, Andy was somebody, wasn't he? Andy. And then there was it Kenneth McKellar? Yeah. Andy Stewart, that's it. Oh, God, were they ever boring? I mean, not being Scottish, I wasn't that thrilled, really. But it always had to come from Scotland, didn't it? Hey, dear me. Those were the days. I mean, TV really, when you think back, right, back, was quite boring, wasn't it, really? But we used to watch it because it was such a novelty. You know, I mean, before that, we only had the radio, didn't we? When I was a kiddie, we didn't have a telly. We got a telly for the coronation. That'd be 1953, would it be? And it was a little 9-inch one. And we was laughing to the other day. They were saying everybody jokes about the tellies being like 9 inches, and now everybody's watching on the phone, which is even less than 9 inches, isn't it? So we've gone full circle and gone back again, haven't we? You were 15. I think I'd be about 7, would I be? 1953. 45, 50, 53. 8. I'd be 8, yeah. Oh, they don't know what they're missing, do they? Dingy folk music. They don't have any folk music on. I don't know what's on telly now. Oh, God, I mean, that he used to get him in his kilt, Linda. He used to sing the same songs every year. Same songs used to come out. I think I'd rather have dingy folk music. Oh, dear. And now it's all in London, isn't it? You've always got to watch the fireworks and that. Some blooming has-been singing. And because they're live, they sing terrible, don't they? I forget who it was last year. You have somebody letting the new year in that can't sing. Or is it just me being catty? You don't know where she trousers. I used to think, if I hear that one more time, I'm going to throw my shoe at the telly. Hmm. You still get the Scottish songs, but I don't watch it anyway. Don't watch telly. There's no ton I want to watch. Nothing at all. You got a colour telly when you were 18? I can't think how old I was when we got a colour telly. I would be a teenager because I was at school when we got one. And it was when we'd moved to the shop. So we didn't move to the shop until I was 13. I was probably about 14 or 15 when we got a colour telly. And it was massive. I tell you, nobody stole your telly back in the day, did they? It was huge. It was like a great big cocktail cabinet with doors on it. It was massive. Tell you, they wouldn't put that under their arm and get out your front door with that, would they? God, and I can remember ITV coming out. Before there was only BBC. When they had ITV, we were like, ooh, ITV, another channel. Another channel to watch. Wow. You only had the choice of one channel, didn't you? BBC, that was it. Huh. Yeah. Yeah, I can remember him staggering in with his telly. Why did they have doors on? Yeah, waiting for the valves to warm up. And then you get the rolling thing, wouldn't you? Start rolling, or to start going side to side. Tellies don't roll anymore, do they? Roll. You like that trying to watch it. Vertical hold. Your dad was round the back twiddling it, wasn't he, with the knobs and that. Or when you had to go up on the roof with the aerial. And he'd be saying, is it any better, Lucy? Is it any better? And my mum would say, I think so. It's still a bit fuzzy, John. But it was better than the bunny ears. Do you remember the bunny ears on top of the telly? Moving it around. And you were standing there with your hand in the air and everybody's going, that's it now, that's it, that's perfect. And I'm like, well, I'm not standing here all night with my hand in the air, holding the bunny things in the air. Oh dear. Yeah, the rabbit ears. When you couldn't afford to get an aerial on the roof, yeah. Yeah, I used to read all the time when I was little. The librarian once refused to let me change my books. And she said, I want you to bring your mum. So I went home and I said, Mum, she won't change my books. So my mum came up to the library and she said, why won't you change your books? So the librarian said, she only took those 3 books out yesterday. She can't have read them. My mum said she has. She said, I watched her. She's read them all. I was the only one that they let me go into the adult section because I'd read all the kids' books. Oh, dear. Yeah, I had a black and white telly in the dining room. But it was no good because I could only watch the channel that he was watching and he liked to watch sports. And I didn't. That's why I used to read. I used to read a lot because... And also I used to go upstairs on my knitting machine. I used to drive my son daft because he'd be trying to go to sleep and the knitting machine was going zzz, 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 zzz. And he's going, Mom, do you have to do that? I thought, well, if I go downstairs, it's football. Huh. I used to get told off, what are you going in the other room for? Because I don't want to watch the football. I'm reading. Oh, you don't want to be in here with me? No, I don't want to watch the football. Football, horse racing, billiards, snooker. We had to watch it all. The only thing he wouldn't watch would be horse racing, you know, where they went over jumps and that. He wouldn't watch that. The only thing he wouldn't watch. Yeah, I've got quite a big telly, but that was by accident, actually, because it was my son's big telly, and when I moved in with them, it wouldn't fit on the wall where they were, so we had to swap tellies. I mean, mine was big enough for me, but I finished up with a bigger telly. And then, of course, I had cataract trouble when I first moved here, so I couldn't see the menu, you know, on the telly. So I had to get a bigger telly. Oh dear. Loretta Mason Potts. I've not heard of her. No, I've not heard of her. I've never read her. It was all Enid Blyton when I was a kid. But now, you know, I mean, the goody two shoes squad. Oh, you can't read this, you can't read that. She was racist, she was this, she was that. And I'm like, oh, for goodness sake. We was kids. You used to read anything when you was a kid, didn't you? We never thought about. And now they try to pick them apart, don't they? These books that we've read all our lives. Oh, they can't do this, they can't do that. I mean, look at Walt Disney. He's changed everything on these things, hasn't he? Changed this and changed that to be more diverse. And now, of course, his films are bombing because nobody's going to see them. Yeah, the Secret Seven and the Famous Five. But my favourite was the Swallows and Amazons. That used to have that boat. They used to be sailing on the boat, didn't they? I used to like the Swallows and Amazons books. And I used to like, you know, the Borrowers and the Borrowers Afield. I used to love the Borrowers. I used to try to pretend that were people living in the... Yeah, Disney's gone down the pan, hasn't it, now, because they're trying to be too diverse. They're trying to change everything. And we can't say this, and we can't do that, and we can't have people here, we can't call them that. So nobody's watching them anymore now. You get on my nerves, these do-gooders, yeah. No, I've never heard of him. No, I've not had the monkey wrench gang either, no. Maybe we didn't get them in the UK. Don't forget, I mean, when I was a kiddie, you didn't get books really from other countries the same. Like now, everything's more universal, isn't it? Yeah, Nancy Drew, we got Nancy Drew. But I mean, you wouldn't get like American books the same. I mean, now you can get books from all over the world anywhere. But, you know, it was just very, if you were in the UK, you read the UK books, you know. I suppose if you were in America, you read the American books. It's just, I think it cost so much, like, to import books from other countries. I think that's what it was, really, when you think about it. But now they can be sent across and printed in any country. You know, if it's an American book, they send it over, don't they? And it's printed in the UK. But before, when I was a kid, it would have to be sent over from the UK, from the US. So I suppose that we are more kind of diverse and stuff. But I mean, I used to read the classics, really. Well, I say classics, I don't mean the Odyssey or whatever it was. I wasn't allowed comics, really. My mum and dad didn't want to waste their money buying comics. I used to sometimes get comics that my friend had passed on to me. I used to get the children's newspaper. It used to come out every week. I was allowed to have that. But if I wanted, you know, the Dandy, the Beano and things like that, I had to buy them out of my pocket money, which I didn't get much of. So I used to spend my pocket money on sweeties. So I never really got comics, yeah. Sometimes I'd get them passed on. You know, if my cousins had got them. I mean, there'd be ancient ones I got. They were, you know, copies that they'd finished with, yeah. No, my mother just used to call them junk and she wouldn't buy them, yeah. She thought the children's newspaper Well, it was actually. It was more interesting. It used to come out on a Saturday. And it was more interesting than a comic book, really, I suppose. I used to get an annual sometimes in a Christmas, but it'd be like Bunty or whatever it was. Like a girl's kind of annual. I think my mum was a bit of a snob. She didn't want us reading junk. Robin Hood, riding through the glen. And when I was at school, of course, we had to read like Jane Eyre, Northanger Abbey, and all things like that. That's what they used to do at school when I was a kid. I used to like reading Mowgli as well, which turned out to be like Lion King, didn't it, I think? But it was Mowgli. Little, it was a little black thing, black boy. But now, of course, they'd have to say it's diverse or something. You can't have that. And like we used to have Noddy and Big Ears and things like that. Now you can't call them Big Ears anymore. You have to alter all that, don't they? Calling them Big Ears is derogatory now. You can't have it anymore. Make you laugh, don't they? Yeah, Toy Town was it called? Larry the Lamb. We used to listen to that on the radio. Larry the Lamb. Yeah, there was Listen with Mother. Are you sitting comfortably? Then I'll begin. Yeah, it was on the radio that I used to listen to it every day when I wasn't at school. But I went to school when I was 3 and a bit because the head teacher got fed up, keep bringing me back. The school was opposite our back. It was just across a little street, and there was the school. And every time my mum left me out to play, which she did in those days, I'd go missing. And she knew where I'd be. She'd either have to go back to the school and fetch me home again, or the head teacher would bring me home. And the head teacher got fed up of bringing me home, so she said, you might as well bring her. She wants to come to school, you might as well bring her. So I went to school at 3 and a half. Yeah. It was only a little school. I used to like it. It was in the church. It was a church at the weekend, and it was a school during the week. And they used to put little camp beds out for us. We used to have a little sleep with a blanket in the afternoon. It was a good little school. And then when I was 7, I went to the junior school. I don't understand the grades they have now. And they say, I'm in 9th grade, 8th grade. I'm like, oh. I don't understand what it means anymore. We had 1, 2, 3, 4. And then when we went to the big school, it was 1, 2, 3, 4 again. 5 and 6. If you went to the grammar school, it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Yeah. It wasn't any of this 8th grade, 9th grade, whatever the heck that is. I need to write my list. Anybody else need to write a list when they go shopping? I do. Otherwise, I come back with a basket full of stuff and none of it what I went for. You come home with a basket full of stuff and you think, well, I haven't got anything for me tea. Where's my meat? Sorry, vegetarians. Where's my meals? Where's my meat? I tell you, I'm still eating out of that freezer. I ate a pie today. Oh, God, did I regret it. I had heartburn. Oh, I don't do junk food, really. I don't know why. Your stomach doesn't like it. I need to get some proper stuff. You love a veggie finger? Yeah. Sometimes you forget your shopping and leave it in the car. No, I've never done that. No, I like fresh stuff. I got some stuff from Asda the other day. I was very disappointed with their cauliflower. I've complained, but I didn't get anything. They sent me a yellow cauliflower that was overblown. It was going soft. I don't want my collies like that. £1.52 for a cauliflower. I'll go and get my own tomorrow. Or French, yeah, I can get a baguette from there. I like fresh bread. I really like fresh bread. Why did you take it out? Take what out? Oh, the shopping. Yeah, I like fresh bread, bakery bread. I like. It's my downfall. I could eat the whole baguette with a load of butter on it. Or I like the bread you cut yourself. I don't like sliced. My dad used to call it plastic bread. You know, the sliced bread, plastic bread. My mum used to say to him, "Do you want a sandwich, John?" And he'd say, "Is it plastic bread or is it proper?" If it's plastic bread, no, I don't want one. And my brother was a pain because he used to cut right down. You know, as the loafers, he used to cut down that way, take all the crust off and eat it. I used to say, "Mum, stop him doing that. I can't cut sandwiches." And he took all the crust off. She never used to shout at him. He was goody two shoes, yeah. Yeah, I like proper bread. Yeah, somebody said the other week, "Oh, I don't buy that because it goes off quick." I'm like, no, it doesn't go off quick. It's fresh bread. The reason it goes off quick is because it's not got all the preservatives in it. I read somewhere that bread in the US has got 5 times more sugar than bread in the UK. That's shocking. Shocking. I mean, I don't know whether it's true or not because I've never been to America. So I've never eaten American bread. No, they were talking about that at Nick Club the other day. I don't know whether you were there, Val, or not. When she said she was eating this bread and she'd put prawns on it and she said it was sweet. She said I didn't like it. And this other woman said, "Oh, well, I were all right." She said, "Because I toasted it and put jam on it." So I didn't taste it like that. I don't want to make my own bread because then I would eat it all. I'm the opposite, see, you know, I can't use circular needles. I can't knit down here. I can only knit with one needle under my arm, yeah. No, I cut my own. It dries. It goes dry quicker. I sometimes get those part baked ones, you know, and then you put them in the oven. Yeah, I believe so. I mean, like I say, I've never been to America, so I can't comment, but I just read an article saying that they put more sugar in your bread. Yes, Shan that comes on here, she got a bread maker from the charity shop. She got one for £15 and she thought, I bet it won't work. Anyway, it did. She makes a lot of her own bread, but I know I'd be terrible. I'd eat it, which would not do my figure much good, or my diabetes. I've only ever made bread. When there was a bread strike, years and years and years ago, I tried making my own bread. It was like a doorstop. I don't think I've got the technique. Maybe I don't need it enough, or maybe I don't do what I don't know. I know, it's all, well, as I said the other week, I was living out the freezer because I didn't want to do a shop because I had to pay the electrician and all that. And I ate out the freezer and I put £8 on in a week, just eating the junk out the freezer. You know, because it was all pies and stuff like that. £8 I put on. You don't think you can put that much on in 1 week, but I did. So I'm like, no, I am not buying junk. I tend to buy meat and then put it in the freezer. You know, I fish and put it in the freezer rather than buy, you know, bird's eye stuff and stuff. Because if you read the outside of the packet, you're thinking, oh my God, what am I eating? E this, E that, monosodium glutamate and all these chemical stuff. Yeah, I've not lost it all. I've only lost 4 of it. I'll be all right tomorrow when I get some fresh food in. Put some fresh stuff in my freezer. It'll probably be chicken, a lot of it, because it's cheaper. I don't mind the drumsticks or the thighs. It's cheaper than the breast. I don't mind it. I sometimes buy turkey because sometimes the turkey's cheaper than the chicken. I very seldom buy red meat because, like, steak and stuff like that is so expensive now. And I don't like mince particularly. Yeah, chicken's easier, isn't it? Yeah, I very rarely buy red meat these days. Can't remember when a nice, decent bit of steak. Man, I probably can't chew it with my teeth. As you get older, you know. And now the butcher's is shut down in Cleveland. I used to get my stewing steak from there. It's hard to get braising steak or stewing steak in the supermarkets. They don't have it. They just have proper steaks and stuff that cost I don't know how much. You pick up a piece of steak and it goes £7. You think, well, how much? Put it back. Put it down. Not paying that. You need your credit card for a joint of beef these days, don't you? Whew. You know, you see a piece like that, they put them under lock and key now, don't they? So you can't, some people would be stealing them. I mean, we always had a joint at weekend, always we did. Or a full chicken. But now you're like looking at little bits of things now. Well, I did get a full chicken last time I went because it was on offer. It was quite a big chicken. I thought, I can get a few meals out of that. You have to weigh up the pros and cons these days. I mean, at one time, walking around the supermarket was dead easy. I'll have that, I'll have that, I'll have that, I'll have that. And now you're like, seeing which is the cheapest. And if it's the cheapest, what's it got in it? Has it got junk in it, you know? Ugh. You have to take your reading glasses, don't you, to the supermarket, reading all the labels. That reminds me when I used to take me. Oh, my ex-husband would never do it. It was his parents, but he never did it. I had to take him shopping. His stepmom was blind, more or less, so she couldn't read anything. And his father was as deaf as a post. So we used to go round the supermarket, shoving her in a wheelchair, and he'd have the supermarket trolley. He'd wander off. And she's saying, can you read the label on this? Can you read the label on that for me? And then she's saying, Harold, Harold. He's going, what? Top of his voice. Oh, God, it was embarrassing. Dear. No, I only ever use fresh. I wouldn't do pre-cooked chicken. No. I don't like frozen vegetables. I know they're there and I know they're convenient, but they don't taste right. They don't taste the same as fresh veg. I'm sorry, but they don't. I much prefer my fresh veg. I will have frozen veg. I always got it in. But there's no comparison. Frozen peas taste like frozen peas. They don't taste like peas. They taste like frozen peas. But as I say, we've all got our idiosyncrasies, haven't we, with food? You see, I don't like pastas and pizzas and things like that. And yet other people, that's the staple diet. I wouldn't thank you for a pizza. I used to eat pizza when it came from an Italian restaurant in Prestwich because it was all freshly made. It wasn't like Domino's or like that. That's the only time I used to eat pasta or pizza was when we went in there. And of course, I miss the Caribbean. I used to be able to get Caribbean food in Prestwich. But, hi, Chris. Hello. We're talking about food as usual. And I bet you're cooking something nice. Yeah, I like my fresh food. I don't like the frozen stuff. I had to eat it, but I had to eat it today because I didn't have anything in. You've not even made your breakfast yet, yeah? You're letting the side down. You're usually eating something by now. Hi, Yolanda. Hi, Dotty Dolly. Sorry. Still got heartburn from that pie. My stomach doesn't like pastry. I've decided it doesn't like pastry. Oh. Where did that come from? I hope I haven't made anybody else yawn. Yeah, I've got to write my shopping. I've got my shopping list bits. I like to write it down in the sequence of where I'm going around the shop, you know. Oh, I don't know whether they do here or not. If they do, they don't tell us, yeah. You've had noodles, spinach and chicken. Mm. Yeah, it's a big shawl, isn't it? It's a nice big one. It's bigger than the others, yeah. You got the biggest one. I decided I would see how it went in chunky. And it came quite big. Yeah, you use Canon. I'm like that with frozen stuff. I'm like mediocre meals when I use frozen stuff. Very mediocre. I do have to use them because I've got to put things in the freezer for when I can't go shopping. Or you're cooking lentil soup, yeah. I had it in a lentil soup and it wasn't very thrilling. I'm like, ugh. I had to put salt and pepper in it. It's just tasteless. I know I wish I could grow things, but I haven't got a garden. I've only got a backyard. So you're limited for what you could grow. You can grow salad stuff and stuff like that. You're not on your own. I tipped my bedroom out. I shifted everything out of the wardrobe and had a good look at everything. Swapped everything over. Swapped the woolies into the wardrobe and took the dresses and that out of the wardrobe and put them on the rail. Don't ask me why I did it, but I did it and now I'm knackered. My back is killing me. And then I did some washing, so I couldn't peg it out because it was late. So it's pegged out into the conservatory. Tomorrow I'll put my bedding in. Yeah. I couldn't have planted any vegetables when I had my dog. He used to dig a big hole everywhere. I think he was going to Australia or Buster. And when I left that house, Buster's hole was still there. I don't know what the people that bought my house thought. Must have thought I was a bit of a weirdo. I was going to plant a tree. Oh dear. Oh, you got a leopard print one. I'm hoping I get a visit from, the occupational therapy or whatever it is. That they might do something for me, housewise. Because I'm running out of money to do everything myself. Other people get things done for free, so it's about time I started asking. I'm too independent, that's my trouble. I don't like asking for things. Yeah, I've put some stuff to go on to eBay and then I put some stuff in a bag to give to a friend who might take it to a women's refuge. Yeah, I was going to put some lettuce and stuff, but the weather's been against me. I can only plant outside because I don't like the soil and the potting compost all over the kitchen and stuff. But there's never been any. Well, when there's been nice days, like there was a nice day on Monday, I decided I'd tip the garage out, didn't I? I was going to plant some lettuce and that. I'm giving tomatoes a miss this year because they all went funny last year. Hey, my apple tree's got 3 little tiny apples on it. They're only little. But the gardening bloke from across the road, the one who brought me planters across, he said, you probably will only get small ones this year. I don't know, I did go out. I went as far as the garage and back, but I was busy in the bedroom. So I was quite warm because I was putting stuff around and putting stuff back. So I didn't feel the cold until I sat down. Then I had to put my cardigan on. I only had my top on, the glitter top, before. But then when I sat down, when I finally finished doing everything, I thought, oh, I'm cold now. I mean, I had the window wide open while I was doing the wardrobes, but I've only done half of the bedroom. I need to do the drawers and stuff, sort out what's in them. By the time I'd done the rails on the wardrobe, I was a bit cream crackered, yeah. I forget I'm not 21 anymore. I forget I can't do things like I used to. I start these jobs thinking, oh yeah, it'll take me about an hour. 4 hours later, I'm like, oh, go, knackered now. You know, who would have thought unhooking hooks right off, coat hangers off the rail would hurt your back? Well, it did. I'm hungry now. That's because I only had that pie. Didn't have a proper meal. I've got not much in. Yeah. I do my washing more or less as I go along, so I don't like I've only got a small washing machine. It's amazing. It looks like a normal washing machine, but it doesn't hold much. It's a tiny washer. So by the time I've put like 2 days worth of clothes in, it is full. Before I used to have a big washer. I could put like 3 or 4 days worth of washing in. But now, 2 days and it's full. And I don't have a dryer anymore, so. Oh, God, yeah, that's what I had. I had a Hollands meat pie and I've got indigestion now. God are the days where it's just pastry and meat, aren't they? It has this in it, that in it, the other in it, and, and you're like, why? Why do we have all that in it? I'm not much good with pastry, though. I'm not. My mum was a dab on with pastry. She had a really good. They always say you're either good at cakes or good at pastry. My thing is cakes. I can do cakes good, but pastry, I'm rubbish. My mum used to make some lovely pies. I mean, I never had heartburn from my mum's pies, yeah. Because she used to make her own pastry. She never weighed anything, my mum. It was all, as my dad would call it, racket thee. In other words, she judged everything by eye, yeah. I've got very cold hands, very, very cold hands, but I still can't do pastry. My mother had cold hands. She had hands like ice. It could be a really hot day, and if she put her hands on you, you'd jump. I'm like that. I've got very cold hands and very cold feet. I've made you hungry, have I? Well, I'm good for something then, aren't I? It's only making you hungry. I'm making myself hungry, actually. And I'm like, what can I have? What can I have? Ooh, flapjacks with raisins, yeah. I ruined the last lot of flapjacks I made. I overcooked them. They were like dust. And I used to make them all the time. It was my go-to thing I used to do. And I thought, I don't know what I did. Man, I couldn't find my usual recipe. I found a different one online, and it wasn't nice. It was like dust. Oof, got an itchy neck. What can I have to eat? I've got now in. I don't fancy a banana. I've got bananas. I had an apple before, and my pears are still rock hard. Pastry is your choice, apple pie. I did get an apple pie in the week, actually, but I've eaten it now. Fruit, yeah, I've got bananas, oranges, pears. The pears are like rock. I had an apple earlier on, so I don't fancy that. Probably be crisps, and that's bad for me, but it probably will be crisps in a minute. I've got them on my shopping list anyway. But do you write your shopping list out in the order that you get to it in the supermarket? Oh, I do like my oranges. I like clementines better than oranges, really. Oranges take me, I can't get a peel off an orange. They're harder to peel. I used to love the Jaffas. You don't see them anymore, do you? The Jaffas used to have really thick skin, didn't they? But you could peel them really easily. They were so juicy. Well, tangerine, yeah, I get mixed up between tangerines and clementines. One's sweeter than the other, isn't it? I stand there in the supermarket thinking, do I need a tangerine? Do I need a clementine? I usually get the clementine, not the mandarin. Yeah, I used to love them Jaffa oranges. They had thick skin, didn't they? And you used to peel them. But these I've got the other day, I think the peel's super glued on. It's thin peel and it's super glued on. You can't peel it the same. Yeah. And my pears are still rock hard. I got them the other day. The trouble with pears is they're rock hard, and then you turn around and then they've gone soggy. Yeah, I used to like my own bowl of fresh fruit salads, yeah. You know, an apple, a pear, a banana, and something else. I mean, that was when I was a family, if you know what I mean. If you make it for yourself, they start going brown, don't they? I used to work with a lad at the job centre, and he used to bring his oranges in a little Tupperware thing because he lived with his mum. I mean, he'd been married and divorced, but he lived with his mum. And she used to peel the oranges for him so he wouldn't have to do it. I mean, honestly, God. Yeah, nectarines. It was rank. You did the pear and banana and jelly. Oh, I used to love doing that. But mostly, I must admit, I used to use tin fruit for me when I put them in the jelly. I used to like mandarin oranges, you know, the tin in an orange jelly. It don't float usually, it sinks to the bottom. You put your mandarins in and they stick. The only one I never liked was when you get tin strawberries. Ugh. Tin strawberries are horrible. When you put them in jelly, ugh, horrible. Yeah, you get little tins of mandarin oranges I used to get. Put them in an orange jelly. Oh, we used to get them really at Christmas. I mean, now you get them all year round, didn't you? Things used to be more seasonal, didn't they? Like you only ever got the nectarines and the clementines and that, and the mandarins at Christmas, really. And dates, I love dates. And boxes you used to get with dates, yeah. Yeah. Oh, they used to eat some funny things in the 50s. When you used to go to a party, there was always a cheese and a bit of sausage and a pineapple on a stick. Yeah, we always had an orange and apple in the bottom of your stocking, your Christmas, and a shiny penny. I think my dad used to polish them up for us. He always had a shiny penny and some nuts. And I've never really been a nuts fan, but they were in the shells. You know, you used to put nuts in the bottom as well. It's probably just to pad your stocking out, wasn't it? I mean, I was born when it was rationing, you see, so there wasn't much chocolate. I used to get like a smoker's outfit, which sounds disgusting, but it was in chocolate. You get a chocolate pipe, chocolate cigarettes. Ooh, olives. Bleh. I can't stand olives. They just taste ugh, to me. You got oranges, yeah. No, we used to have. You could get a smoker's outfit. You could get it in licorice, or you could get it in chocolate. Oh, I don't like olives at all. I don't like any olives. My son used to get the olives that were stuffed with pepper thing. They were like green olives with red in the middle. Ugh. He said to me one time, just try one, they're nice. Ugh. They are not nice, don't lie to me. Oh, the little white cigarettes with like red end, a little pink end into it, yeah. Do you remember that tobacco? It was like stringy stuff, wasn't it, in a packet? Meant to look like tobacco. I don't know what it was made out of, but it was horrible. It was like coconut, I think, or something. Oh, and sugar mice. Oh, I couldn't stand them. Ah, solid sugar, they were sugar mice. Oh, they weren't for me. Too sweet for me. Oh, I wasn't allowed bubble gum. Oh, I don't like maraschino cherries, no. I don't mind them in cake. Don't mind them in cherry cake when I've made it myself. Yeah. Oh God, yeah, those like I used to put them in it out. Oh yeah, I like proper cherries. I love real cherries, but they're so expensive, aren't they? You only get a few, don't you? Yeah, fresh cherries. Again, you only get them at certain times of the year, don't you? Yeah, candy cigarettes, yeah. Yeah, well, raspberries and blackberries and that, you had to put them in water, didn't you, with a bit of salt or something. And you see all the little creatures come out of them. Little minute little creatures come out of them. And you're like, ew. I've really got to eat them. Ew. Well, nobody in my house smoked, so I think you tend to imitate your peers, don't you? So because they didn't smoke, I didn't smoke either. And then, of course, when I was at school, we would have got expelled if we were caught with cigarettes. So, I didn't want the shame of it if I got expelled. Yeah? Oh, I always put mine in water. No, yeah, I don't like little creatures. They hide in them little bits, don't they? Oh, no. I just never wanted to smoke. I suppose you either do or you don't you? But because my people at school didn't smoke, because we were all terrified of being expelled, you didn't get a warning, you got expelled. And my parents in particular didn't smoke, so, and I think my best friend's parents didn't smoke. Now, when I grew older, one of my other friends, her dad used to, smoke, smoke, smoke. And I used to hate going to their house and, because he smoked the Capstan full strength without the filters. Well, the house used to stink. Her mother didn't smoke, but her father, it was like a chimney. Oh, my dad bought a car off my uncle once for me. I scrubbed the interior of that car and I got bucketfuls of nicotine, from scrubbing the interior. Oh, that was sick. And even then it still smelled. Yeah, yeah. I scrubbed and scrubbed and scrubbed it. And then I went and got it valeted because it's stunk. They were really heavy smokers, my uncle and my auntie. They used to smoke, 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 chain smoke. They both died with lung cancer, not surprising. And when they used to go in the house, and sometimes if she was going up somewhere, she'd say, "Oh, I'll get it for you." And I just think, "No, please, because you've got to take it in your house before you give it to me. It's got to be stinking of cigarettes, yeah." I prefer the smell of a pipe than cigarettes. Yeah, rota, yeah, smart. I used to go, my uncle used to smoke a pipe, and I used to go and sniff his St. Bruno out of the pouch. I used to like the smell of that. But it didn't stink, like cigarettes do, yeah. Me, I'm getting little tails on the end of my gloves here. I keep cutting them off, I'm falling out. My gloves are going to fall to bits. They've got little rubbers on. You can see them, like rubbery bits. Can you hear them? They're a bit tight though on the cuffs. Oh yeah. Yeah, well, drink and people used to drink and drive when I was young. We didn't know. We used to think if we felt all right, we'd be fine. I mean, I never used to drink, but You know, I can remember a lot of people used to think, oh yeah, 2 or 3 pints, and I'm all right to drive because they thought they were. You know, we never thought about breathalyzers and stuff. But I never drunk, so I was all right. I used to always was the designated driver because I never smoked or drunk, so I always had to drive everybody home. Unless they want a lift on my scooter, I can't take anybody home now, can I? Right, I'm going to get me Coca-Cola if I can stand up. My knee has to click when I stand up before I can move now. Ah, see what I mean? I can't move that knee now until it's not clicked. Click, click, click. Oh, it's not clicking. Ah, oh, it's done it. I can't walk with my knee until it clicks. Don't ask me why. Don't ask me why. Right, while I'm up, I'll get some hula hoops or something. And I'll shut the door to the conservatory because it's getting a bit chilly now. It's getting chilly, chilly, chilly. Chilly, chilly, chilly. And I'll lock the door, yes I have. Oh, all by myself. You wanna be. Oh, I need to do me smelly. Still forgot to bring that thing in. Is it gone? I think it's lit. No, it hasn't. Stop going out. Oh, I've got a duff incense stick. Right, it's a flame now. Let's see if it'll go now. Yeah, it's doing it now. Oh God, that took ages to do that. Oh, I'll have a hula hoop. I've usually got, currant tea cakes or hot cross buns or something, and I haven't got anything. Right, I'll put that on my list of hula hoops. Hula hoop. Hula hoop. Oh. Oh, raw. Oh, root beer. It'll tastes like germaline. Oh. Root beer. Oh. Tastes like germaline, like ointment. I remember seeing all these root beers in American films and in, books and things, and I thought, oh, I can't wait to get the root beer. Sounds delicious. First time I tasted it, I thought it's like medicine. It just tastes like antiseptic to me. I was so disappointed. I don't know what I thought it was going to taste like, but not that. See, I'm so posh, I have to have a glass. I can't drink out the can. Well, I can, literally, but I don't like it. To say you can't drink out of the can is a bit wrong. You don't want to drink out of the can. I always wipe my cans ever since I worked at Asda. They deliver everything. Put it all in the yard. Creatures running across them. I always wipe my cans before I put them away. A bit crunchy. These are strong. They used to fit on your fingers. Now they won't even fit on my little finger, look. Won't even go on the little finger. You used to put them on all your fingers and eat them. And I'm talking an adult, I'm not talking about a child. But they're so much smaller now. You used to put them on your fingers saying, oh, look, I'm engaged. We used to do that with those sweeties, you know, those not rubber, jelly sweets, you know, that look like a ring. I was going to buy one of them little cheap barbecues, but honestly, it's hardly ever stopped raining. Take my charcoal and get drowned. It's 14C here, whatever that is in F's. Mostly cloudy, it says. It didn't actually rain, so I suppose that's a bonus. We've not been out for brunch for 2 weeks because of the rain. Just trying to see what the weather's like for tomorrow. Whether I can peg my bedding out or not. What's it like tomorrow, Sunday? Oh, it's 60 degrees, it says, or 51. Bit of a change. It's going to be cloudy all day. 20% chance of precipitation. 11-mile-an-hour wind. So it's cloudy. Oh, it says rain 9 o'clock and 10 o'clock. Well, my niece is coming at 10, so maybe we'll get. But I've got to wait till 4 o'clock before there's a bit of sun. In other words, it's a cloudy day. I won't be putting my washing out, will I? Some rain. If we have no rain for 2 days, they declare it a drought. We have the dodgiest way of collecting our water at anybody because it rains enough. They keep saying something's coming, don't they? What is it? Something to do with wind. Can't think what it's called. I think there's something supposed to be happening. El Nino, is it, or something? I think it's El Nino they keep saying is coming. Mind you keep saying we're having a heat wave. I don't know where. Right here. I think the wind from the sea kills our heat waves. Yeah, apparently. I'm not knitting at the moment. Does it mean you could whale crochet? I haven't knitted for a bit, have I? It's my shoulders. It sets my shoulders and my neck off. A parakeet. I don't think we get 3 months of sun up here. All right. We have 3 days or something. We have 3 days. Thought, yeah, the summer's here. Then it went back to cold again. Oh, I've dropped my Ringo. You're tapping out, are you? Oh, 4 cherries in a row. My night. Oh. I wonder how much of the armhole yet. I have to count. Count how many to the arm. Who? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh gosh, no, that was wrong. You went wrong there, didn't you? Right, here we go again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 32. Oh, I can't make animals. They never turn out right when I'm doing out like that. I've got to do 32 rows. How many have I done? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. No, got to do some more. Got to do 32. I'm still only on bowl 2 of this wool. Tell you, it's got yardage on it like no tomorrow. I've done the back and one front, and I've still got more than half a ball left. And this is my second front. That grey, I've got 600 grams, so I should be able to make something with that grey. Not for me, of course, because I don't like grey, but maybe for somebody else. Maybe. If I make something oversized with pockets, it'll probably sell. Everybody wants pockets. Do, 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 do. I think you went wrong there, Dolly. One day when I find my macking, I'll bring it on here and show you how I knit with 4 needles. Because I can't knit free. I've got to knit with a needle clamped. People say to me, how do you knit socks? Because I still have to clamp my needle. I cannot knit free at all. Well, I can, but it's so slow. In, over, through, off, in, over, through, off. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Who's that there sending me them messages? It says, Crafted America. Artist talk. Some artist talking. You watch something and you drift off onto something else, and then YouTube thinks you're interested in all the rest of it. And it just happens to be something that you've drifted onto, doesn't it? Oh, I don't like them fancy cast-ons and cast-offs when they say it's a tubular bind-off, and I'm like, really? What on earth is one of those? When I see that, I'm going, ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna happen. I'm just gonna cast off. I watched somebody who'd done something like this, something cast off, and all the bottom of it was top down, and all the bottom was all frilly, and I thought, was it meant to look like that? Unless she'd done it wrong. Wonder what delights that world of wool's going to wow us with this year. Hope it's better than the last one. That gets me, that when it tells you to do this and that and to move it onto another needle, and when you think it's like knitting into the back of the stitch. Oh, I don't think I can deal with it again. I might have a quick look at the first one to see whether it's improved. I only watched one of the last lot. That was enough for me. Thought I can't deal with this again. Other people raved about it, but I didn't rate it much at all. Thought it was the biggest waste of wool. They were using, was it Rowan? And it was like good wool and that. They were making some really crass, horrible thing. And I'm like, well, I hope they're going to undo it and use that wool for something else. Otherwise, it's a waste of money. It made me very angry, it did, honestly. And them two judges, I could have slapped them. And I only saw one episode. No, I didn't like those two women. They were horrible women, weren't they? They were supposed to be good judges, they weren't. I don't feel anybody learned anything from there. You know, I expected it to be showing me how to do different techniques or how to do things, and I really didn't learn anything. And when they started covering sofas with chunky wool, that's me finished. Oh, they were, I don't know, I just didn't like them. They have designed this jumper that Tom's wearing this week, and I'm like, well, I wouldn't have given it house room what he was wearing that week. He had some weird outfits for sure. As I say, I thought it was meant to encourage people to start knitting or to do something. When it said, like, you know, who's the best knitter, and they were doing crocheting as well. I mean, it wasn't fair because, like, if they were knitters, they weren't crocheters. They didn't advertise that they wanted them to become, you know, good at both crafts. They called it the knitting show, didn't they? And it was, half of it was crochet, which I'm not grumbling about, but it's just they shouldn't have called it the knitting show. Yeah, I don't think it was very encouraging. It was a show. It wasn't a encourage people how to knit show. It was just a show. And everybody's saying, well, it was entertainment. And I'm like, well, it wasn't entertaining me. I wanted to learn something from it, and I didn't. All I learned was it was a waste of wool. I'm like, I hope they undid it. You know, the sofa covers that were a mess. I'm thinking, I hope they undid it. And at least donated the wool to somebody to make scarves with or something. I hope it just didn't sit there. Maybe they had an exhibition of it, you know, come and see all the stuff that they knitted. Maybe. I don't know, I've never seen anything advertised, but maybe. There was a wool show today, what was it? What was it called? The Wool Monty. I know Ruth that comes on here was supposed to go, but she was poorly. So she didn't go. She had a ticket, I think. She didn't go. I think Amora's gone, so we'll probably see her till Tuesday. I'd like to go to that Leicester, that wool warehousey thing. It's more my kind of money. Yeah, it's called the Wool Monty. There's another one also on yesterday and today, opposite end of the country. No, I'd like to go to that warehouse, you know, because they do commercial yarn there. They don't do hand-dyed stuff. And it's really cheap, I believe. But I've got to go to Leicester, so no chance. No chance. I mean, they're having that wool thing again in Blackpool, which I won't go unless they've got some proper people going. If it's just all hand-dyed wool, I'm not interested. I'm not going. I'm not spending 10 quid just to walk around it and go, I'm a crocheter anyway, mostly. So, I mean, I can admire knitted things. I really can. I'm not being funny, but I can admire them. But I just want it to be more down the middle, yeah. Yeah, I went last year. I wasn't impressed. It was just hand-dyed yarn, hand-dyed yarn, hand-dyed yarn. And that's all it was. And 90% of the patterns in that were knitted. There was hardly any accessories. There was no books. There was hardly any patterns, you know. All the patterns were knitted anyway. So I just got fed up because I can't wear wool. It just makes me itch. I can't wear it. Well, it was the other way around with me. It was when they used to do the wool. And then they all started doing paper crafting on these wool things. And then they wondered why nobody went. All the wool people stopped going. I used to like it when it was more mixed and there was sewing machines, knitting machines, all sorts of things. I used to like it then. And it was a proper big, and they used to have catwalk, you know, walks and stuff. They had magazines and books, they had buttons, they had all sorts of stuff. I mean, they had buttons at the Blackpool, but they were like £3 or £4 each, you know, all handmade buttons and that. I mean, yeah, it's all right if you don't, you know, but if you want 8 buttons for your jumper, it costs you more than the wool. It just wasn't for me. I'm just not a hand-dyed type of person. So to me, I was just bored with it all. I walked around it and thought, that's it. I mean, I thought there was more people when the first year they had it because people were expecting more than they got. So I think they didn't go back the second year. It's going to fall to the wall, I think, because, you know, people just don't want to go if it's just that. I mean, I watched them this last year, just walking around it and going and leaving. I didn't see anybody with bags that they'd bought or anything like that. I mean, I can't do wool, it makes me itch, and also I can't do the price of it. I'm not being funny, I'm not on the breadline, but I just refuse to pay 20 odd pound for a skein of yarn. When I can buy something beautiful like this for £3.99. Yeah. Also, if I was making a great big cardigan in wool, I'd have to stand at the sink hand washing it. Oh, no, thank you. I've still got about 4 skeins that I've bought. You know, I used to always buy 1 skein when I went to these wool fairs. I still got about 4. I don't know what to do with them because I feel that they're too good for socks, you know, they're too expensive for socks. And those Sophie scarves, I mean, if you're not careful, they look like a bandage, don't they? I like something a bit wider than the Sophie scarf. Looks like you've got whiplash. I don't know whether anybody's made one on here, but they're just a bit too narrow for me. No, they just look. I mean, the one with the hood, you can understand that because it goes a hood and then it wraps around the, you know, the neck. That would be nice and warm. But the actual Sophie scarf, it just looks like a bandage, like you got one of them collars on. I know that cream one. She looks like she's been. I've got whiplash. You know, they get them collar things to give you at the A&E when you've got whiplash. Mm. Yeah, one of the ladies at the knit club, she's made hers in like a bonnet, you know, it's a hoodie. I think it's called the Sophie hood. Now that I can see the point of because that can just keep your ears nice and warm. Do, 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 do. No, I don't think I'll be making one. I won't be knitting one anyway. I can't understand that. Why do you want pockets at the end of your scarf? Yeah, everybody had a go at making them a few years back. Scarves with big pockets at the end. I'm like, what for? Trying to strangle yourself. Put something heavy in your pockets and strangling yourself. I've got loads and loads of scarves. I've got a load to sell that have not been used. But I mean, I've got my own. I've got loads and loads of my own. I tend to wear the same ones. I made one of those. In fact, I got it for sale. It was like a polo neck with a little thing. Like that's all right if your coat's got a V-neck. It keeps your neck and your neck warm. But you don't just wear it on its own. You wear it underneath your coat. Well, I do anyway. Yeah, I've got quite a few scarves on my own. They're in the spare bedroom. But I just never change it. I've got two that are bought ones, like made of woven, not. I've got like a turquoisey one that matches my green coat, and I've got a pink one. No, mine only comes to here. Well, I put it to sell because I never wore it. Comes to there, and you just put it under your coat. I made one for my ex-husband, not fancy, knitted him one. He used to wear it when he was on his motorbike because there was always a gap between his helmet and his coat, and he used to get all his neck cold. My son gave me one when I got my scooter at first, because the first scooter I had didn't have a top. And when I moved here, I got so cold on the seafront. And he gave me his motorbike one that come across your face. Anyway, when I got the scooter with the top on it, I gave it him back, yeah. Oh, there's somebody around here got a loud motorbike. I believe he lives at the back there somewhere. I think it's a vintage one because it makes such a noise. Mine and my son's motorbike, my goodness. You wouldn't have wanted to live next door to him. Sometimes I think the more noise they make, the more they like them. The competition who can make the most noise. The noisiest car he ever had was a Trans Am, an American car. That was noisy. I always think, you see these sports cars in the summer, don't you, with the top down. Well, there's always some middle-aged bald man driving it. You never get a handsome young man driving one, do you? Because they probably have to get to middle age before they can afford one. Yeah, you feel like saying, nice car, shame about the face. I think they go through a second childhood when they get to the male menopause, whatever. They have to go and get a sports car, whether they think it makes them attractive. Oh, they do that over here for Eid. All these idiot drivers. They rev it up and race up and down, and they hire them by the day or whatever. These fancy, fancy cars. I mean, they don't own them. They couldn't own them. They don't. They race them up and down in Wilmthrow and places like that, making a heck of a noise, challenging each other to a race. So stupid because they don't know how to control them, and then they get in trouble and they crash them or they run somebody over. I can remember when I was younger going to this car showroom, and they had this fancy car there. So I pretended like I was interested in it. I couldn't get in it. I couldn't sit down. I was like low down on the floor. Couldn't get in. It depends on your mother. Some people like living with a mother. I always got on quite well. We had our rows, of course. Everybody has rows, but I got on quite well with my mum when I lived with her. Should have stayed. I should have stayed with her and not bother getting married. But I thought it was a good idea at the time. All my friends were getting married, and I thought that's what you did. I mean, in my generation, if you were about 23 or 24, you were on the shelf, you know. You were classed as a spinster. I mean, today, people don't get married until they're in their 30s. You've got time to sample life, yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you weren't married when you were 21 or 22, you were considered to be on the shelf. No, my mum frog marched me down the aisle. Something I will not forgive her for. I wanted to stay at home. I didn't want to go. But times were different back then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. I've got one more to do. Yeah, I would have never married him but for my mum. The cracks were already appearing. But you're daft enough to think, oh, marriage will change it all. He'll change. But he didn't. Do, 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 do. What time is it? Oh, 11:30. 11:30. And I'm up to the armhole. Yeah, I had many red flags that I chose to ignore. Well, I didn't choose to ignore. I did ignore them, which was rather stupid of. I'm pretty placid though, really. I've let everything go now. It's too long ago and nothing I can change. Hello, Jackie. How are you diddling? Do, 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 do. I was pretty lucky, really, with my luck. I didn't show up. No, YouTube doesn't like me. He never recommends me to anybody. That's why I always say on my videos, please recommend me to all your friends, because it never recommends me to anybody. I never come up in anybody's. If you search crochet or something like that, I'd never come up. Yeah. I have lots of things I should be angry about in my life, Enid, but I'll just let them go now. Life's too short. You just have to let it go. I just blot it all out, and that's the best thing to do. Don't keep hatching it over and over. I have lots of things I could hack over and over and over again, but I just don't. I just let it go. Don't think about it and put it out of my mind. It works most of the time with me. I'm quite placid if I don't think about him. And I haven't seen him since I moved here, so that's a good thing. I don't have to talk to him, speak to him, or anything. No, I was pretty lucky, really. I had a good childhood. I don't really get angry anymore. Not like I used to. I just work it through. I just work my way through it. I live day to day and I look after me. And I know it sounds selfish, but that's what I care about now. I care about me. If I'm happy with me, then I'm fine. No, you should try yoga or meditation or something. It's not good for you. Yeah, I'm a very creative person, Jackie. I live by myself, and as you know, I'm 80, so life's too short to get het up about things now. It's bad for your blood pressure. I tend to just let things slide now. It's very rare something really riles me up. I just think, nah, it's not worth it. Suck it. Can't remember the last time I got into a temper. The only things that rile me up are, like when I can't get the full rate pension and stuff like that. That's what makes me angry. And they can't explain to me why. Well, they give me some convoluted bumf about, well, it's this and well, it's that. Stuff like that gets me a bit angry, but Yeah, sadly, I don't live there anymore. It's a long story. My big dog passed away. The little dog passed away that I used to do my dog minding with. I was persuaded to move to Fleetwood, and it didn't work out. And now I'm here on my own in Cleveland. And I wish I was back in Prestwich with my decking and my birds and my. But you can't go on about it because I can't change anything. If I win the lottery, though, of course, I'll be back. I don't take any notice of what people say anymore, Enid. It's just words, isn't it? Just ignorant people. If anybody insults me, I think, well, that's their opinion. They're entitled to it. Just run over the toe. Just say, oops, sorry, as you tread on them as you go past. Oh, if they'd have said that to me, I'd have said, well, in that case, there you go. Yeah, they said age before beauty. You should have said, I'm sorry, I'm in your way. I am very quick with the repartee. No, you see, no, I just snap back at them, say something. Yeah, you just accidentally tread on them as you're going past and run your rollator over their feet and say, oh, sorry, I didn't see you. Because you're so beautiful, I didn't see you. I went on several courses when I worked at the job centre called Handling Difficult Situations. When somebody's swearing at you, how do you deal with it? Yeah, so I'm going, yeah, right, okay. Because they want to rile you up, and if they find they don't rile you up, then you've won. Yeah, you've beaten them. If you don't get riled, you've beaten them because they just want you to get angry. So if you don't, then you've won. That's the way I look at it. I mean, they used to call me all the names under the sun when I worked at the job centre. And I used to say, oh, really? Have you done? If they call me fat and whatever and thingamajig, I used to say, well, there's nothing wrong with your eyesight, is there? Let's get on with the job. They do it to distract you. They want you to rile up. They want you to ignore what you're trying to get from them because they think if they say something awful, you'll go, oh, and but yeah, nah, I didn't really. I've heard it all before. Get up a bit earlier, sunshine, if that's what you want to call me. I've heard it all before. Now, can we get on with the matter in hand? Oh, you just have to answer them back in the way that they're talking to you. I'm not deliberately rude if somebody's not doing anything to me, but if somebody snaps at me, I just snap back. End of story. They usually don't like it. When they say you're big, fat, and ugly, you say, have you not looked in the mirror lately? It's how you handle it. Oh, I had to find a work and they didn't want to, of course. So they'd do any excuse why they can't go for a job, or any excuse why they haven't done a job search or anything like that. But they'd try to distract you, you see, by saying things to you personally, hoping that you get mad or whatever. But yeah, no. No, family can really cut you. They can cut deep. Family. I've learned to ignore them now. Yeah, when they used to say that to me, I used to say, well, there's nothing wrong with your eyesight, is there then? Can we just get on with the matter in hand? Well, I used to say something to them. You say I report you for that. I said, it's my word against yours. And who do you think they're going to believe? Of course, we had CCTV. So I used to say, you're looking up there. Whatever you're saying to me, there's somebody up there that can lip read. Yeah, because I used to say to them, the cameras are not trained on me, you know. They only get the back of my head. They're trained on you. Oh, I used to go, oh. So they can't see my mouth. They can't see what I'm saying to you, but they can see what you're saying to me. Your budgies are eating lettuce. You better plant some lettuce then in your garden, haven't you? You better get some planted for your budgies. I had an argument once with somebody in America who insisted that budgies were parakeets. And I went, no, parakeets are different. I thought you said 4. Oh, I thought you got 40. I just go, so it's a bit excessive. 40. Oh, God, he used to do, well, yeah. He used to swear at us and do all sorts. People will do anything to not work. I had a budgie when I was a kid. They used to eat cuttlefish. Yeah, they call parakeet. Parakeets are different things altogether over here. Yeah. Yeah, 40, you'd have to get a big outside aviary, wouldn't you? A lad on my, well, a bloke on my street when I lived in Prestwich used to breed them. He had a great big massive aviary out the back. He used to get lots and lots of little babies. He must have liked his aviary because he had loads of babies. My auntie used to have a budgie. It was called Peter. And she used to say, he doesn't like Coronation Street, Peter. Every time he hears the theme tune, it starts. Oh dear. She said, I have to put the cover on him when Coronation Street comes on. She used to let that budgie rule alive. Peter doesn't like this, that, and the other. He doesn't like it when I watch this programme. I have to turn it over. Right, you let a budgie rule your life. Because it didn't like the theme tune. Some song, something she was watching. We had loads of budgies because the cat kept getting them. They were always called Joey, though, our budgies. Cat was evil. He used to jump on the cage. It used to hang on a wire thing in the ceiling, our cage. And the cat would find some way to get to it, and they used to die of a heart attack because the cat would be there. The bird, he never actually got the bird because the bird would be fluttering about. But I think they used to die of a heart attack. How the heck it used to get up there and it'd be swinging like Tom and Jerry. There used to be a parrot that used to come on YouTube. Do you remember it had hardly any fur, hardly any feathers? And it used to dance, didn't it, on the top of the table? I haven't seen it for a bit. It's probably passed away now. But it had no feathers at all, hardly any feathers. But it used to dance. No, none of our budgies ever spoke. My dad used to try to get them to talk. He's a pretty boy and all that. But none of our budgies ever said a word. All they did was go chirp, chirp. Some budgies used to make some sort of and people used to say, did you hear that? Did you hear what he said then? I'm like, no. My friend had a minor bird that used to talk. And he used to imitate the television, the American cop things when the sirens and that used to go past. It used to imitate all them. That was called Peter as well, funny enough. It was like a great big black bird, like a jackdaw thing. It was a noisy thing. You couldn't watch the telly for it because it was wittering away there. And me and my friend, we'd only be teenagers then. We used to sit in the front room and he'd imitate us. Whatever we were saying, he'd repeat it. He was funny at first, but then he got to be a nuisance because he'd wittering all the time. He couldn't have a conversation without this blooming bird chiming in. My friend used to say, if he doesn't shut up, I'm going to put his cover on him. And he's going, no, don't do that. No, don't do that. Yeah, they don't always like you, do they? I've never really fancied a bird, not since we had the budgies. You know, people say have a pet. I don't want. Well, I like a pet, but I don't want one. I don't want birds. I don't want fish. Yeah, this bird was talk. Every time you tried to have a conversation, it was butting in. Say hello to Peter. Say hello to Peter. Shut up, Peter. No, no. Shut up, Peter. And she said, "You want a drink?" And he'd go, "Yes, yes, Peter wants a drink. Yes, yes, Peter wants a drink." So she'd go make a brew and come back in. And of course, she'd only made the coffees for us. And he goes, "I said, Peter wants a drink." Damn bird, shut up. They live a long time, don't they, parrots as well? Parrots and tortoises, they live a long time as well. I watched a program called Hare Hunters, and they were talking about this bloke who'd passed away, and this tortoise. He'd had this tortoise from being a little boy, sorry. And when he was dying, he asked his neighbour, would his neighbour look after him? And his neighbour's there with his tortoise, and he said it's about 70-year-old. This tortoise. He said, I don't know how long it's going to live when I've gone. Yeah, I've heard that one. Yeah, they're very good mimics, aren't they, parrots? Not that I've ever had one, but I believe. I'd get the one that never spoke, like I had the budgies that never spoke. My dad used to spend hours and hours trying to get it to say its name. Nah. The phone's listening to everything. Nah. Alexa, maybe, but not the phone.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Did you hear it then? Because I said its name. He said, I'm not quite sure how to help you with that. I tell you, that thing's always listening. I was watching Kimberly do one of her live raffles the other week, and she uses her ALX thing to do the random generator, to do the numbers, who's won. And she said, give me a random number between one and whatever. And mine said a different word, different number than hers. It is always listening, yeah, you're right. Big Brother is watching you. Yeah, because I said to Kimberly, I said, mine keeps saying a different number than yours. It's a good job she couldn't hear it, otherwise it would have been confusing, because hers would have been saying one number and mine would have been saying a different one. If mine's listening to me, it'd be very bored. I lead a very quiet life. There's not much goes on in this house. It can listen to me all it wants to be bored and nod off. You should say to it, well, I know you're listening, so I'll just tell you a story. And then proceed to tell it such a boring, boring story. There's too much of that AI. All these patterns that are there. I accidentally bought one. And it was nothing like the picture. Nothing at all. I complained. I wrote to the allegedly bloke who's supposed to put it out there, the woman or whatever. I got this stupid answer. I complained to Etsy. Didn't get nowhere. And they're still selling the patterns. Four Rolo puddings. What are Rolo puddings? I've heard of Rolos, but do-do-do-do-do. Do you know, I'm only on the second ball and it's going to more than finish this front. It's going to start a sleeve, this second ball. It doesn't have to go a long way. If you want an economical wool, you might buy some chips. I have me hula hoops. I'm crocheting a cardigan for moi. I've done the back. Now on my second front. I've done one front. No pattern, of course, so don't ask me. Oops. It's called Shush. Shh, it's called. It's James C Brett. And I think it's about $3.99 a ball. Oh, dropped my crochet root, can't reach it. But it's got about 500 meters. 500 meters. I'm on my second ball. Yeah, it's that's what it looks like. Yarn ball courtesy of Val. Stops it rolling around. I like my bright colours, you know me. But the next one I'll do will be this, but it won't be for me because I don't like grey. That's grey with a sparkle. And I evidently started it at some stage because that's what I've got attached to the ball. But I never got any further than the first row, so I must have got fed up with it. I love my bright colours, but this is so economical. Honestly, I mean, $3.99 a ball, and the second ball is done the back. No, I'm not wearing my moonbeams today. I've got a top on with little dragonflies on it. Has it got... Oh, I have to stand up now. I've got a top on with dragonflies. Dragonflies that glitter. Oh, I've got. And I've got my trousers are. Oh, I don't know if you can see them or not. Ow, my knee. My trousers have got glitter on them. The purple and this aubergine. And then because I was cold, I put my cardigan on, which is James C Brett Chunky, marble chunky. That was because I was cold. I didn't have this on all day. I've only had my top on. No, I'm not wearing a moonbeams dress today. I had trousers on because I was doing my work, wasn't I? So I put trousers on. They're not very warm though. It's a bit chilly. They're only flimsy ones. The summer trousers. You know, some days I'm a rebel. I think I know it's cold, but I want to wear a dress. You're taking care of a cat. All right, well, it's nice to see you, Jackie. Well, you know what I mean. Not to see you, but you know. Yeah, we're not a bad bunch on here. Yeah, try and press the button, Jackie, and then they might tell you I'm on next time. Because I do videos in the week, but not live ones. I do just video. I have to do them in my kitchen because my camera doesn't work. Well, it does work, but it's got no sound. And unless you can lip read, you know. Can you imagine me putting me a video up with no sound? How perplexing that would be for everybody. There'd be all these comments, wouldn't there, going, there's no sound, there's no sound. I did say I was going to do a video in the garage with no sound, but I didn't in the end. But it's so neat now, my garage, very neat. And now my light works because the electrician sorted out the switch that was hanging off the wall. He's good, isn't he? I thought the light didn't work. I thought I'll have to get a new fluorescent tube, but there's nothing wrong with it. It was the actual switch that was dodgy. I think I told you why I've had to have the electrician in. None of the light switches. He took one out, so I'll have to get another one. The one that was in the kitchen here above my head, the one that set off every time I cooked anything, it was attached to the light, so he just took it all out. So I've just got a light now without a smoke alarm. So I'll have to get a separate smoke alarm and just put it on the wall somewhere. Yeah, my electric's sorted out. I'm safe once more. I am no longer in imminent danger of going up in smoke. I can't get a rewire. I haven't got £2.5 grand, £3 grand. So I just had to make do with getting the lighting sorted out. But he said the plugs were all right. It's just that there's not many of them. Plug sockets. Yeah, I should be safe. I shouldn't go anymore. Yeah, metal switches and metal light fittings, and the lighting wasn't earthed. It's not exactly ideal, is it? So I got a new light fitting in the kitchen here without a smoke alarm. And I've got a new light fitting in the front room, which I've bought a new shade for. I showed it before, but I don't think you were here when I showed it before. It's an uplighter. So it goes, that way. But that's what it's like. So it's going to hang like that with chains, yeah. It's got dragonflies on it. It's the same as my, I've got a little light that's got dragonflies on it as well. So I'm hoping my niece can put this up for me. I think it's got holes. But it's got chains anyway. I don't know how you manage it. Oh no, it's got little rings here. It's got rings that you put chains in. And go 1, 2. Yeah, it's got three rings and then it's got chains. Yeah, so I picked the dragonflies because it matches my the dragonflies on my what do you call it? Little lamp. Like that goes on a table. What do they call? Lamp. Yeah, I always wanted a Tiffany lamp, and my son and daughter-in-law bought me one for my birthday. I think it was one year, or Christmas. And that's got dragonflies on. So when they took away, I had a horrible 3-ring light thing in the lounge. It looked like a spider. It was horrible. Yeah, it's not a real Tiffany lamp. I mean, it's an imitation one, but hey ho. I saw a video of my other bungalow the other day. The bloke who owns it now had an 83rd birthday, and they put a video on, and I'm like, oh, that's the bungalow. Blinking glass chandelier hanging down. Whatever floats their boat. But I noticed the lounge is like in the conservatory. And the conservatory was the only room in that house that was warm. My front room was freezing. So I thought, oh, they've noticed. They've gone into the conservatory. The sofa and everything, and the telly was in the conservatory. I thought, hello, you've noticed how cold it is, have you? Because the sun never shone in the lounge. It was freezing in that lounge. And I was talking with Kimberly before, and she said, oh, I'd love a log burner. And I went, no, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. They're mucky. They burn through wood at a rate of knots. They might look nice, but that thing cost me a fortune when I lived there. She's found out, though, because she met me, and she said, that log burner burns a lot of logs, doesn't it? Yes, dear, it does. That's probably why you're living in the conservatory now. And they're mucky. You have to clean them out every day because the ash gets everywhere. And if you're not careful, it spits out and burns your carpet. I had about 2 burn holes in my carpet. I had to get a big rug to cover them over. Well, she's put new carpet down anyway, I think, because she likes beige and grey and pastel. I had a purple carpet in the bedroom and a navy blue one in the lounge. So I bet she's changed them both. Yeah, the beige brigade. Yeah, she's taken all the wallpaper off and painted everything white. That lovely, gorgeous wallpaper I had, it cost me £20 odd a roll. She's took it all off and painted it all beige. Whatever. And I had lovely wallpaper in the hall that had like birds of paradise all over it. Gone. Yeah, the wallpaper in the lounge was beautiful. I'd like to wallpaper in here, but I can't. So, what do you think I painted? All this has changed. I mean, those tiles there were brown and the walls were grey. So I painted, well, I didn't do it, but I got the niece painted it. Painted the walls like a sort of greeny colour. And I painted all the tiles white, and then I stuck Moroccan stickers all over them. And then I put there's like flowers all over the place. The stick-on flowers. When I do the lounge, I've got some like leaves and that to stick on the billy bookcases, because the billy bookcases are ooky white, aren't they? But I can't change the wallpaper because A, I can't afford it, and B, everything's in front of it now and it's all fastened to the wall. So what I've done on the bits of wallpaper I can see, I put loads of pictures all over it so you can't see it. And on my beige carpet, I've put a big rug over the top that's got big birds on it. Turquoise with brightly coloured birds. You can't keep the colour out of this girl. And I took the beige curtains down and give them to the charity shop. So I've got turquoise green curtains up in there now, like a jade green. You can't keep the colour out of this girl. I'd really like one of those sweets, you know, that are done all in patchwork bright colours. Yeah, I couldn't deal with this kitchen. Oh, I spend a lot of my time in here and I could not deal with it. I mean, the cupboards don't bother me too much. I'm not bothered about painting them because they're wood, so I'm leaving them. But I couldn't deal with grey paint, grey walls. Oh, grey walls and brown tiles. Ooh, not I. I could paint the white bits in the lounge, I suppose. Yeah, patchwork, yeah. Have you not seen them? They're like satin patches and red and all colours. They're like patchwork sofas. I thought of getting one when I got mine, but with having the dogs, I thought they would have ripped it, you know. You know, with the claws, they would have ripped it. So I just got an L-shaped, like a royal blue velvet sofa instead. But I need to make some cushions. I've got cushions on with red poppies, but I want to make all brightly coloured, you know, like granny square type of ones. I want to make them, but I never get around to it. I always find something else to do rather than do that. And I've got my patchwork blanket in there, you know, the one that everybody made me for my 70th birthday. Got that in there. I've also got the pink one, which I don't like. The huge pink granny square one's in there as well. But it's hiding at the back of everything. It's in there, but it's, you know, I don't know what to do with it really. 166 squares I made for that. But it's pale pink and pastel colours, but it ain't me. It ain't me at all. Everybody likes my bedspread that I've got in the. It's all purple satin squares. It's a bought one. It's not one that I made. And everybody goes, "Oh, I love your bedspread." It's my summer one. In the winter, I've got a big fleecy one in purple. What else colour would it be? And the wardrobes were white, so I put stickers all over them. They're like blue flowers and everything. I can't deal with plain things, as you probably gathered. And my windows got flowers all stuck all over the windows like that, all across like the bottom. And I'm actually thinking of the bathroom. I've seen some stickers that are all stained glass. And I'm thinking of trying to put that on the bathroom window. I'd like patchwork curtains in here, but I don't know whether I've got to make them. I'd like them in the bathroom or that. I've got a blind in the bathroom and it's horrible. I don't like blinds. So that's why I wanted to put these, the red and purple and green like diamonds in. You stick them on the window. So I might do that this summer. I've stuck tiles all over. Yeah, I know, Kate from Homely House. Yeah, I know. And also Davina. She's got patchwork curtains as well. I mean, if I didn't, there'd be all row edges on the other side. I wouldn't be doing. I'd be doing them on the sewing machine. I wouldn't be doing them like, you know, by hand or anything. Yeah, I'd like patchwork curtains in here. Well, I'd like them in my bedroom, but little workroom crafts or something, Davina. She does a lot of cross stitching and stuff. I think it's Little Workroom Crafts. Well, mine would probably be wonky because I'm not a sewer at all, by any stretch of the imagination. Straight lines is about all I can do. But if I did patchwork, you see, I'd have all the row edges on the other side, wouldn't I? Because I can't line anything. Yeah, Davina knits and crochets, but she mostly does cross stitching. She used to make project bags to sell, but because of Etsy putting all the prices up, she's shut her shop down. She said it's not paying its way because she's getting charged so much, you know, for the. I mean, that's why I closed mine. Everybody's closing the shops. So I wonder if there's anybody left on Etsy. Because people just can't. The postage is high anyway, and then there's all these charges that we have to pay. And then when they get to the US, they've got to pay tariffs. You know, so ain't worth it. The shop's still there, but there's nothing in it. I don't think it'll ever open again. It's a shame, really, because it's a good platform. They've just got too greedy. So when Paris gets her feet taped up tomorrow, Paris is on like a plinth with little wheels. She's on a glass thing, like with her leg. But I can't wheel her because she's 6 foot. She's falling over. So I want to tape the glass plinth, tape it to this little dolly thing with wheels, so that I can wheel her around. And then I can maybe, when it's sunny, wheel her in the backyard. If she's in the backyard, you see, I don't have to keep turning her around. I can stand at the front, take a front view, go around the back and take a back view. She's hard enough to dress as it is because she's 6 foot tall. So I have a terrible time trying to put anything over her head. I took a picture of the poncho the other day and I'm like that, and then I knock her wig off and knocked her head off the other day. I'd have to stand on, I've got a little step stool thing. I'll have to stand on that when I'm outside to dress her. But as I say, it would be easier. Yeah, put her in a cart, yeah. People have said that to me. You should put your crochet in a cart and go up and down the seafront. I said, I'd get done for not having a peddler's license. I need a camera. That's what I'm saving up for next. A camera. The camera I've got now will take stills. It'll take photographs, but it won't take a video because it won't have any sound. So at least I can take her photographs when I get her sorted out. Because my camera on my phone distorts the colours. So I have to keep saying, it's not really that colour, it's paler than that, or it's not really that colour, it's brighter than that. So I thought, no, I'm fed up with this. So I want my big camera for that. Before my niece started taking me to go shopping, I used to think I needed a cart to bring me shopping home in. Yeah, oh, nobody would buy around here unless I was selling beige. You never see colour. You never see people wearing colour around here, ever. They're all beige people. That's why I'm thinking of making that grey. I might sell that grey. People are scared to death of colour. Every time I wear my colourful jackets, people say, oh, you look lovely. Oh, I'd love your jacket and all that. But I couldn't wear it. I'm like, why? Oh, no, I couldn't wear it. Yeah. Yeah, my phone just alters the colour completely. I have to start saying, well, it's brighter than that, or it's not that colour, or it's more maroon, or it's brighter, it's more red. You can't do that when you're trying to sell things. Having to describe the colour. But my other camera's not bad on the colour, actually. It's fairly accurate. So I can use my big camera to take photos. And in any case, when I take them with me phone, they're like that, or they're like that, yeah. Oh, you wore your hexy cardigan. I get comments every time I wear that, yeah. I found my poncho today. The one that my friend made me. I've never worn it. Well, I wear it in the house, but I never wear it out. It's quite brightly coloured. Got a lot of pink in it, bright pink. What time is? Oh, it's 12:30. It's past the witching hour. Thought I was getting a bit sort of tired. Yep, I'm going to go. I'll finish my row and then I'm going to go. I'm nearly up to the neckline anyway on this. And I'm still on my second ball, would you believe? Tell you, it's a fine double knitting, but if you want something with a lot of yardage, I think somebody said they did some pastel colours that were plain, that weren't random. But I don't know, I've not looked. Not looked. You wonder why your eyes were tired. Yeah, it's past the witching hour, that's why. Time for beddy bows. Time for me to take my tablet. Oh, take me rattling tablets before I get to sleep. And I haven't done my injection either. I should have done it last night. Yeah. Yeah, hopefully I shall. This one was from Kimberly. She does that KH yarn for you. But I think you can get it from Wool Warehouse or wherever. I'm not exactly sure because I didn't buy this. It was a gift. I was fortunate enough to be gifted it. It's James C Brett. As I say, I think they do it at Wool Warehouse, but I'm not sure. Yeah. Wool Warehouse does most things, don't they? Kimberly's got a web page, but I don't know whether she's got this colour in. I know she's got a couple of colours in it. Alright, I've finished my row, so I'm going to go to Betty Bows now. Well, I want to take my makeup off. Go to Betty Bows. I've got to be up tomorrow because my niece is coming to take me shopping and do some little chores. And hopefully put my light up for me. And clean my windows because I can't get to my bay window. Cannot get to it. Oh, you're still there now. Linda, I thought you'd nodded off. Right, everybody that's left on here, thank you very much for watching, and I hope you've all put your thumbs up, and I hope you're all subscribed. Otherwise, you won't know when I'm here again, will you? And I've got to take these gloves off. They're too tight on here, and I don't want to cut them in case they, I'm going to watch out because I watch the Disley sisters, and they've both got problems with their wrists, and they've ordered some compression gloves, but theirs are more expensive than these. So I'm going to watch out for the next, they only come on once a fortnight, once a month or something. I'm going to watch out for their next video and see which ones they bought and see whether they're any good or not. Because Linda doesn't sugarcoat anything. If, she'll sell it like it is. If she doesn't like them, she'll say, these are not too bad. It's just that they're too tight on my wrists. They make my wrists itch. But they're all right for the fingers. But these were only, I think they were $9.99 for 2 pairs, so you can't grumble. The ones Linda's getting, I think they're about £20. Oh, well, I sleep in splints, as you know. My splints are getting a bit battered. The Velcro's going a bit weird on them. I need to buy some new ones, but they're quite expensive because you only buy them as ones. You don't buy them as a pair. But the Velcro's gone strange on them. It's a beggar when you have to buy all these things. You don't get anything on the NHS, do you? You need splints, but you have to buy them, yeah. It's to stop me doing that in the night. Theoretically, they've got a metal down there, so it keeps that straight, stops me doing that in the night, keeps that straight, and it keeps that straight. As you see, all my fingers are clawing over. It's great having half a right. It's great, great, great. This hand is the worst one, the one I'm taking my glove off now. I've got a trigger finger on my middle finger, and my ring finger's swollen. It's all swollen down. Can you see? It's really swollen. But this one's a trigger finger. It goes. Dut, dut, dut. Oh, it's fantastic. Yes. So, like I said, I can't get married again. I'll have to have a man's wedding ring, won't I? Right, I'm going to go. So, thank you very much for keeping me company, and I'm going to go and say bye. And I will see you all in the week, probably. Well, I won't be live in the week, but I'll be making a video in the week. You never know. I might have done a bit more on my cardigan. One never knows. Bye.